Yay. Hi, I'm Lindsay Almond. This video is about lipids. We use lipids a lot when we are cooking. It's a very important ingredient that we use, especially to add flavor and for cooking, frying, doing all that good stuff. So, there's two main types of lipids that we use. We use fats and oils. So fats are saturated. So basically they're solid at room temperature. The way that happens is the chain that's made up by these carbons and hydrogens is fully saturated with hydrogen, which means every single carbon on there is connected to as many hydrogens as possible. So, you can see here, each carbon can form 4 bonds. So this N carbon has 3, every other one has 2 hydrogens, and they're each connected to another carbon. Now, this is the head that's pretty much the same on all fats, so that's very important as well. Saturated fats typically come from animals, so where you're going to see your saturated fats is going to be from beef, especially, basically any animal product. An example of that saturated fat is actually right here. This piece right here, this very top one, is actually fat that was rendered from beef. Basically, my family just pours all the oil here so it doesn't go down the sink. So basically, this right here is your saturated fat. As you can see, this is solid at room temperature. The reason that it's like that is that bond that I showed you. It's very straight. So what happens is these stack up on top of each other, and they sit flat. So when they all are right there and they can stack up like that, that means you're going to have a more solid product. The other type of fat that we use is going to be your oils. So oils come from plants. So for example, right here, this is vegetable oil. And as you can see, this is room temperature. So these are technically the better fats for you. You still need both in your diet. They are still very important, but these are technically better for you. When you look at an unsaturated fat, what happens is one of the carbons that's in this chain forms a double bond. So basically, instead of having the electrons shared between, or a single electron shared between each of these molecules. So like here, there's a single electron shared with the hydrogen, single electron with the carbon, single electron with the other carbon, so on and so forth. Here, instead of sharing one with each one, it actually shares 2 of the electrons with one of the other carbons. So what it causes is a kink in the chain. Now, when you have kinks like these, it means that those molecules can't lay flat anymore. They can't just stack up on top of each other. They're going to be kinky and funky, and it's going to keep them from forming solid stuff, so you remain a liquid like you see here. Now, there is a process by which you can actually make a liquid into a solid fat, and that is called hydrogenation. So basically what this is they take a unsaturated fat, and they're going to add hydrogens to it with they use a nickel catalyst on it to be able to attach those hydrogens to those strings, and that makes it much flatter. These types of hydrogenation, the big thing that they're used for is to make spreadable, like margarine, that sort of thing. So they're healthy for you. They just are easier. They're spreadable, hard stuff, unlike say butter or something like that sometimes can be a little rough to use. I'm sure you've seen that if you use a butter stick versus using margarine, it's a little bit tougher to spread. Now, the only problem with using hydrogenated oils is you can use fats, which are very, very bad for you. They're used a lot in fast foods, all that sort of thing, and it's just not good. For example, this right here is some GFS fry cook oil, and you can see it's actually on the back here. It says hydrogenated soybean oil, right, as the second ingredient. So basically, this isn't a completely hydrogenated mixture because it's liquid. However, you can't see it here, but it is a little bit thicker than vegetable oil, so it's holding together a little bit better. And once this mixes with the animal fat from when you're frying, it's going to become completely solid. So that is a quick little lesson on lipids. I hope you enjoy, and that's it. Thanks.